Yamloka. I am Chitragupta. My condolences on the end of all your lives, but it is the inevitable cycle, and I will guide you through it. So, before we go ahead, I need you to sign some contracts, just basic, simple terms. You just click accept on this. What? So only mortals can use technology? Well, surprise. Anyway, back to business. So it's very simple, really. So number one, you have lived your life in all its essence. The smiles and the tears, the highs and the lows. So accept it for that. Let go. Push yourself to come down the peaks of happiness, victories, and pride and reach an even ground. Strive to not drown in the depths of despair, loss, and failure. You're free from the banes and the wounds of living. It's basically just behave yourself. My reputation's on the line here. Okay, and number two, life and living as you know it is a miracle. So don't meddle, tarnish, or disrespect its sanctity. Your graph, however the curve, is complete. So don't go about drawing some tangents or secants now only because you long for what could have been. It is what it is, period. Don't go about haunting people and all of that. That just fills the pockets of production companies with all their horror movies who very casually forget to mention me at all. Anyway, back to business. So I keep a record of the actions of human beings on earth, and I punish or reward based on your karma. So first, Kumar, you have toiled all your life, and more often than not, it was for other people. And yet, you faced your end all alone with only the ventilator's company. Such is the irony of COVID 19. It touches you with an abundance of people around, but it scathes you as you shiver in solitude. I understand your frustration. I really do. You just ended up, after all that you went through, you were a statistic, a number on a graph. But don't fret about it, because even though there wasn't space in soil to bury you, your kind deeds have gotten you etched in people's hearts and memories. Number two, Little Leaf, you were the bravest of them all. You fought the gusty winds and the mighty storms. You harmed none and helped all. You faced your end with dignity and grace. Next is Little Ramu. The mere 7-year-old arc of your life had so much more to cherish and experience. You were shown the beautiful shore, but right before you could dive into the sea, your life had to come to an end. It's times like this that make me question the very dynamic of the universe. Your pure soul never hurt anybody, yet you didn't get to spread your wings and explore the skies. And on the same ground are monsters who created ripples of trauma all around, and they get to soar the skies of their malicious lives. Chain smokers, they live to some of them live to the ripe age of 70 or 80. And the purest of lungs, which have never felt the hint of a cigarette, succumb to lung cancer. This conundrum can shake up your entire belief system. It blurs the very foundation of right and wrong. Maya, your confidence was awe-inspiring. All your life, you made your own decisions and you set the course of your life. But unfortunately, also the end of it. Your loved ones wondered how someone who feared death could end her own life. But it's hard to understand for anyone who hasn't fought that chaos in your mind. As David Foster Wallace explained, you didn't end your life out of hopelessness or a sudden appeal for death. Your invisible agony reached a certain unendurable level that you killed yourself the same way a person trapped in a burning room in a high-rise building will eventually make a jump. Make no mistake, their terror of falling is the same as any other person standing at the window checking the view. The fear of falling remains a constant. The variable here is the other terror, the fire of flames and the fire and that burning sense of insecurity that comes in you. When the flames of the fire get close enough, the falling from the building seems like the slightly less terrible of the two terrors. And Nobody down on the sidewalk yelling, don't, or hang on, can truly understand that kind of, the whole mindset. I'm sorry, it's just so disturbing. You have to have personally been there, felt trapped, and felt the flames of the fire to understand a terror beyond falling. Maya, it hurts me so much that the pain in your life was greater than your fear of death that pushed you to take this step. I don't even want to utter your name because there was selfishness radiating in your mind as you sought to harm a girl who did nothing to you. Malice was sedimented in your bones as you illegally bought acid. There was cruelty flowing through your blood as you flung that acid on an innocent girl. There was no remorse in any ounce of your body as you shamed her for it. You were void of humanity as you unleashed your monstrosity. In your abomination of a life, you've probably heard this many times, but this time it's for real. Go to hell. The rest of you, I present you with two choices. First, you cease to exist for all of eternity, peacefully. Second, you take another chance at life with no prior knowledge. Now, I cannot reiterate enough. This option is not worth it. It's just the same cycle. You compete in a rat race for the same mediocrity. You fall in love, break promises, lie, and get lied to, and get your heart broken. You toil only to reach an unfulfilling destination. It is plagued by disease, broken relationships, changes of heart, failure, loss. There is nothing to gain by experiencing it all again. So I urge you to peacefully choose to cease to exist. Some of you have reached this particular junction many times in your life before, in your past lives, I mean. And I gave you the same advice, but you chose to go against it again and again and again. So what do you choose now? You decided? Let's hear it. Life always blooms. No, I cannot tell anything beyond that. Go live your lives.